Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Today, we have Sebastien. He is Commerce Bank's Houston Market President. He's got a lot of great things to tell us about the bank and what's going on there. Welcome, Sebastien.
Great to be with you, Dr. Murillo.
Thank you so much. I still remember 6 years ago going out to the big grand opening packed house, and you guys had a lot of things that you guys wanted to do that would fast forward to be able to say you guys have been a success. So what do you attribute the success to?
Well, first off, thanks again for having us with you, and thank you for all that you're doing for the Houston community. We're so pleased and proud to be partners of the Chamber. And yeah, 6 years, we've accomplished a lot. But I think probably the greatest accomplishment is the team that we've been able to put together. And, we're on a mission to reset expectations for what great banking is. And I'm happy to share more about that with you. But the last 5 years, we've really been focused on bringing our brand of commercial banking to market. And as we look ahead, we now have a turnkey suite of every tool and solution that Commerce offers. We have specialists on the ground, and we find that that is a winning model. And then phase two is bringing our wealth management practice to town. So we're very excited about that.
Well, and along with a great team, you've talked about services to us before. Tell us more. What are some of the services that make you all the bank to go to?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something, Dr. Murillo. When someone says banker or a bank, what do you think about? What are the services that a bank provides?
Services, deposits, withdrawals, treasury,
Yep.
consulting, access.
You're hitting on all of them. And I think the most frequent response that we get is loans and deposits, right? I go to a bank for a loan when I need a loan. I go to a bank when I need to make a deposit. But outside of that, the expectations can vary, right? And I think we need to think about how we think about bankers. And many bankers think of themselves as lenders. And there's that old expression, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? And for us, we identify differently. And I use the word identify because I think that helps you set expectations as to what success looks like. And so if you're just a lender and I go talk to Dr. Murillo and I say, do you need a loan? And she says, yes. Well, then I've done my job for Dr. Murillo in the chamber. But if you identify as what we call boardroom bankers, you view yourself as an extension of that business's leadership team. And so a loan might not be what they need. They might need a certain technology. They might be looking at automation. They might need a lead on an insurance provider. They might want a business partner. And when you're a boardroom banker, you're thinking differently about that. So those are kind of unique nuances. But I'll give you another example. If I were giving you a 2.5% loan and competition was giving you a 3% loan, who would you go with?
It would depend on the service, access, and a strategy that would best look at my overall portfolio and not just that 5% difference.
This is why you are who you are, Dr. Murillo. I think many folks would say, well, if it's cheaper on the loan, that sounds great. Well, even a $10 million loan at 0.5% cheaper, most people would go with the 0.5% cheaper because that's what they think a bank does, is they're good for lending. But that's $50,000 of savings. I'll give you an example. One of our solutions is what we call a virtual payment solution. And this changes the way that customers pay from check to a virtual card solution. In the last 30 days, on average, we have saved anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000. And I say saved, made companies $100,000 to $200,000 just by changing the way they pay their vendors. So you might say, man, I'm saving 0.5% over here for 50,000, but we can come in without changing your existing banking relationship, just changing the way that you pay your vendors and save you considerable dollars every year. And when I say save, really what I mean is cash back, not unlike what we get on our corporate credit cards. So that virtual payment solution is an area that we're really proud of, and it differentiates us across the national banks. In many cases, we're finding 10 to 15 times what our competitors are finding in that. So that's the difference between $200,000 and $20,000.
Well, very important. And one more question before we wrap up. So what's next for Commerce Bank, Sebastian?
Yeah, well, we are in the fortunate position to have had a really great response to our brand of banking. So we'll be doubling our footprint here in Houston over the next 6 months. And with that, it'll put us in a better position to add more bankers to the team, to serve more businesses. But what won't change, Dr. Murillo, I think is equally important, is our commitment to service. And, you know, I think many Houstonians have seen insurance premiums rise on your home, on your business. And I think about great bankers like great insurance. And if you don't have a great banker with their cell phone number, their direct line, you can reach, you're effectively operating your business uninsured. Because when something goes wrong, you need bankers that respond. And what we have found anecdotally is in many cases, we have 2 times the number of service personnel to our competitors. And so we can help your business grow, but in times like these, when you need us, we're going to be there. And so we're appreciative of all the support that we've gotten from the Houston business community, certainly that of the chamber, and look forward to continuing on that legacy.
Well, Sebastian, thank you for your leadership. And in a very short period of time, you and the team have certainly made a name for yourselves as the place to go. So I appreciate it and appreciate the investment in the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Look forward to seeing you very soon.
Appreciate you, Dr. Murillo. Have a great one.
Thanks a bunch. Goodbye.